I think in the Masters, I think we had a rough time qualifying. I think we used all three tries we could, and I mean, I think it was pretty. I think we beat some good teams, and we didn't have a easy run in any means. And I think we honestly surprised people, and I think we're happy with that result.
I agree with Guy. We used every qualifier, and it was a rough time, but we pulled through. We qualified, and then at the Masters, I feel like we played well, man. Played well, surprised some people. We upset a few teams, and probably didn't think we would make top 3, man, and we did it.
I don't really feel any way about it. Just kind of played, did pretty well. Good job from us.
I think we impressed. I think, like, I don't even think we came out. We played really well that week, and like we surprised the teams. We beat the teams we were supposed to beat a couple teams that were, you know, we were even with, and came out ahead.
In the other tournaments before, a lot of people could have said like we had easy runs and we didn't have to be like great teams to like go far in tournaments. But like I think in this Masters we proved a lot of like that wrong, because we played pretty much every good team we could possibly play, and I am glad we beat them and showed a lot of people that we can win.
The Masters run was pretty fun. Yeah, I think honestly, it was just fun. I like playing all the top teams and such, and whenever you like make a lower bracket run like that, or you just like keep beating these teams that people say like we have such high odds of you not beating, it's just really fun. I like being the underdog and making runs in tournaments. And Masters was definitely our underdog run.
Yeah, I mean, I think like Kenny doesn't like playing Sentinel, and like we wanted to try something different, and so we thought moving him there would help us a bit, and you know, results in practice and stuff, and unfortunately it didn't show as much in the matches. But I think we ran into a really good team in Cloud9, and they definitely, like, they've played 15 matches in a row with no VODs, so it's like you're just guessing it. I think it was like the perfect storm of stuff for us, and we definitely didn't play well. So we tried something new, and you know, we failed at it. And
I think back in the beta and shit, I played a ton of like Sentinel, so it didn't feel like such a huge role swap, but we felt pretty confident and comfortable doing it because I had experience on that role, and Kenny is a fast learner. I think it wasn't too big of like a change for the time we had.
I think it's good to have some experience on every role. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna stick with it or not.
You should have seen what we were practicing. We had other stuff that we didn't do too. So
Matt would be happy with Yoru then.
Matt is waiting
That's a
for
big
the
Yoru
Yoru
fan.
buff that makes it meta, so we can run him.
a very big Yoru fan.
I was just gonna say, I feel like it's kind of like obviously we're just gonna like go through the tier 2 teams, like even though like there were some good ones, we're pretty much always just gonna beat like those tier 2, tier 3 teams at the beginning. But I think it's kind of fucked that we come out of the Masters into another event just because all of the teams that like didn't qualify have a lot of time to change and like add new stuff and have a lot of info on us, whereas the other way around, we don't really have time to like change much. Like we had, I think, a week between Masters and that first open quali, and it just doesn't allow for any like change to take place, or like you have no substantial amount of time that you could see if like you could make a change that would be good. So I think sometimes it's like Cloud9 definitely were good, but I think we were like a little readable just because we have like 20 VODs within the past month that any team can go and look up. So But I don't want to take away from them like beating us, because obviously they're still a good team. But I do think it's kind of it's a little bit messed up that we have no time to like rework anything or add anything, and we just have to go right into the next start to try and get into Masters.
As Sean said, I think sometimes it's a bit messed up that you get punished for getting further in the tournament. Not punished, but like, punished is the word. But like, I also think C9 is probably one of the best teams that people didn't give them credit at all, I feel, and they were kind of the dark for some time. I think they have good players. I think they have a good group of coaches as well. So I think them preparing when we're playing games is definitely on there. Like, it's an advantage for them. But I mean, we had to play better and we didn't. So it is what it is.
I think the game is too new for the tournament schedule to be this congested. It's kind of hard since there's also a lot of patches coming out.
No, Bucky didn't get nerfed this patch, but like a whole new agent came out, and for what was it, a week and a half, 2 weeks or whatever, we couldn't really scrim. We tried not to scrim against her, or obviously we didn't use her at all because we couldn't. So it's like we came out of that, and I think we were behind. But it's not an excuse because Envy looks, so good on Astra that it's crazy, and it didn't end up playing a role in like our match or whatever because Astra wasn't even involved, I don't believe. But it's like. Nope. It is very difficult to come out, and if we want to change anything, if we want to change defaults, like it takes time. If we want to move people, it takes time. And when we have a limited amount of time, like we tried one configuration and we played it for 3 days, I think. We gave ourselves 3 days. And if we didn't like it after 3 days or we didn't see, movement, and it's like that's the kind of timeline that you're under, that, everyone's figuring each other out, and it's a difficult position to be in, but if we're going to make deep runs at tournaments, it's something we're going to find ourselves in again. But it is very unlucky that the timetable was pushed up as much as it was, because we just didn't play well, and anytime we don't play well, it's going to be a struggle against any of these teams, like a Cloud9, or even when we're playing good, Cloud9's going to be a struggle. So I don't think there is that much of a like skill gap or whatever between these teams that everyone can say what they want, but you play a match 10 times, you might only win it 5, and that's just how it is.
Yeah, I think the top 3 is very set, but other than that, I think it's pretty much whoever has the best day on that match day. Honestly, as I said, I think earlier when we played C9, I think it's not a bad team. Honestly, they were in the close round for a reason. I think they're a good team, so I'm not like too worried about that. And I think we'll go into next week pretty confident, and hopefully in the close round we can make some damage as well and qualify again. I think we will. Honestly, I'm confident in it. So
everybody that is in closed right now will not be in that open, so we'll for sure make the closed. And then close, like the top 4 right now will not be in that close. So I think we're very confident coming in, and we will qualify for the finals, man.
The timeline is pretty tight. So yeah, I guess we'll just see what happens and do our best.
I think it's the case of which version of us shows up. If we hit that form again that we hit in Masters 1, we should run over a lot of these teams. If we show the form we've shown in other matches where people are inconsistent or not doing well, then I think it's going to be a struggle for us. And hopefully, when we don't have that peak form, the rest of our game is on point, that we can make it through the matches. And then when we do have that form, that's when we're going to see the upsets and the runs. So basically, we need to bring that out as much as we can. And like obviously, those 8 teams aren't going to be there anymore. But there's a lot of good teams that are still lurking that, we're going to have to draw one of them, whether it's Renegades or Kooky Koalas or Noble or some of these guys. So, but hopefully we can I'm
pretty excited for the open and close. It's always fun to go back into 20s, and I think no one's happy with our last one. So I think we're all looking to come back stronger and show what we can actually do, and show that our new comp is actually good. So I'm pretty excited to play in the close.
Honestly, I have to go with Mike here. I just like competing in this game, even though like you're just gonna take losses sometimes. I just like competing, so I'm also pretty excited to go back and face teams. I really like the closed quali more than the open quali because I feel like the first few days of like an open qualifier are kind of meh. But I like getting like deeper into the open, like top 16, top 8. Those matches are really fun because you play against like other tier 1 teams and stuff. So yeah, I think we have obviously a lot to prove considering our last Masters run. I think we will come out with some new stuff, and I think we'll make a pretty good run, if not all the way to Masters.
Thanks for watching the Agent of Roundtable episode 4. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.